When we look in a mirror, we can see images of the objects around us through the mirror. Do you know why? This is because the light from the objects bounces off the mirror and then enters our eyes. This phenomenon is called reflection. When a light beam is reflected by a surface, its direction of travel is changed. When we study the reflection of light, we usually use the following terms. Incident ray is the light ray traveling towards the surface of reflection. Reflected ray is the light ray traveling away from the surface of reflection. Normal is an imaginary line drawn perpendicular to the reflecting surface at the point where the incident ray hits the surface. Angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and the normal. Angle of reflection is the angle between the reflected ray and the normal. The reflection of light follows certain rules. Experiment 14.2 will help you explore the relationship between the incident ray and the reflected ray.
In this experiment, you will study the relation between the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection. Place a plane mirror on a full circle protractor. The reflecting surface of the plane mirror should lie on the 90-degree line of the protractor. Insert a single slit in front of a ray box. Next up, turn off the lights in the laboratory and switch on the ray box. Be careful when touching the ray box, as it may be very hot. Note that the 0-degree line of the protractor is the normal of the plane mirror. Direct the light beam from the ray box towards the center of the protractor. Set the angle of incidence to 15 degrees and record the corresponding angle of reflection afterward. Repeat the previous step with different angles of incidence. What conclusion can be drawn from the experimental results? We can conclude that the angle of reflection is always equal to the angle of incidence. Hence, when the angle of incidence is adjusted to be 0 degree, a reflected ray goes along the same path as the incident ray, but in the opposite direction.
As shown in experiment 14.2, the reflection of light obeys two simple rules. These rules are called the laws of reflection. 1. The incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal all lie on the same plane. 2. The angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence.